Most people over 60 believe that sudden death is random. A stroke out of nowhere, a heart attack without warning. One normal morning, then silence. But what if that belief is dangerously incomplete? What if the body sends signals for years, even decades, and what looks sudden is actually the final link in a long, quiet chain? That question unsettles many seniors because it suggests something important has been overlooked. And once you see it, you can't unseen it. Here's the first clue. Large U.S. health surveys show that more than 70% of sudden deaths in older adults are linked to conditions that were already present but underestimated. The mystery isn't why death happens suddenly. The mystery is why the triggers go unnoticed for so long. To understand this, we need to follow a strict cause and effect timeline that starts much earlier than most people expect. The origins of these sudden death triggers often begin in early adulthood. In the 20s and 30s, the body compensates remarkably well. Blood pressure rises slightly, blood sugar fluctuates, sleep shortens. Stress hormones stay elevated longer than they should. None of this feels dangerous at that age. The cause is resilience. The effect is false reassurance. According to long-term American cohort studies, early vascular damage can begin decades before symptoms appear. But because nothing hurts yet, the risk is ignored, then changes start quietly in the 40s. This is where the first major trigger begins forming: silent cardiovascular strain. The CDC reports that nearly half of U.S. adults aged 40 to 59 already have early-stage hypertension, often without symptoms. Arteries stiffen, the heart works harder. Plaque builds slowly. The cause is cumulative stress and metabolic slowdown. The effect is a heart that looks fine on the surface, but is operating closer to its limits than most people realize. At the same time, a second trigger develops: metabolic instability. Insulin resistance increases with age, even in people who are not overweight. American Diabetes Association data shows that many adults over 45 experience repeated blood sugar spikes long before diabetes is diagnosed. These fluctuations damage blood vessels and nerves quietly. The body adapts until it can't. The shift after 65 is where the danger accelerates and most people stop paying attention. This is when the body's backup systems weaken. Heart rhythm becomes more fragile. Blood pressure regulation slows. Kidney and liver clearance of medications declines. According to the National Institute on Aging, adults over 65 are more sensitive to dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and medication interactions. This sets the stage for the third trigger: sudden cardiac rhythm disturbances. A minor imbalance that would be harmless at 40 can be fatal at 75. The fourth trigger often hides in plain sight: infections that don't look serious. Pneumonia, urinary tract infections, and even untreated dental infections can trigger systemic inflammation. American hospital data shows that infections are a leading indirect cause of sudden death in seniors, often by triggering heart failure or stroke. The cause is a weakened immune response. The effect is an overreaction that the body can't recover from. The fifth trigger is neurological collapse tied to falls and blood pressure drops. Orthostatic hypotension, sudden drops in blood pressure when standing, affects millions of older Americans. It can cause fainting, falls, head injury, or sudden cardiac events. The cause is slower autonomic response. The effect is loss of protective reflexes. The breaking point is when these triggers converge. A senior becomes slightly dehydrated, misses meals, takes medications as prescribed, but their body no longer processes them the same way. A mild infection appears. Blood pressure spikes or crashes. Heart rhythm destabilizes. What looks like a sudden death is actually the final effect of years of layered stress. The fallout reaches beyond health. Families are shocked. Medical costs spike. Independence is lost abruptly. According to Medicare data, sudden health events are one of the leading causes of emergency hospitalization and long-term care placement in adults over 70. The cause is delayed recognition. The effect is irreversible change. Many seniors try failed fixes based on old advice. They focus only on cholesterol numbers. They walk more without addressing strength or hydration. They assume normal for my age means safe, but aging science has moved on. Researchers like Dr. Luigi Ferrucci at the National Institute on Aging have shown that resilience, not absence of disease, is the real protector in old age. Link this to today. Across millions of seniors in the United States, the same patterns repeat. Sudden death is rarely sudden. It is triggered by predictable, measurable changes that are often dismissed because they don't hurt yet. So, what can be done right now? Here are 3 direct actions people over 60 can apply today. First, treat hydration, sleep, and nutrition as medical necessities, not lifestyle choices. Even mild dehydration significantly increases cardiac risk in older adults. Second, review medications regularly with a healthcare professional, especially after illness or weight change. Third, pay attention to small symptoms: dizziness, unusual fatigue, confusion, or rapid heartbeat, and treat them as early warnings, not inconveniences. Here is the clear warning based on evidence. Ignoring subtle changes after 65 dramatically increases the risk of sudden, catastrophic health events. And here's the open thought that should stay with you. If the body gives warnings years in advance, what other signals might you be dismissing today? If this message gave you clarity or concern, please like and share it with someone you care about. And subscribe now, because in the next chapter, we lines uncover the everyday habit many seniors think is harmless but may quietly trigger serious health collapse after 70.